let me clarify. Eep, the world is ending.
What?
I'm calling it the end.
Dun, dun, dun.
How do you know?
I've seen it. It's coming this way. First, the ground is gonna shake. Then it breaks open. Everything falls in. Fire, lava. I don't mean to sound too dramatic, but believe me, everything we're standing on, all this right here, will be gone. We gotta get to high ground. I know a mountain. That way. It's our only chance. Come with me.
Yargonath. Long have I desired to look upon the kings of old. My kin.
I had been living in a cave my whole life, and I didn't really come across other people very often, let alone a boy! And to think, the only two teenagers in the world, and we found each other. It's like fate brought us together. My whole family loved him. Except for Dad. But eventually, Guy won him over.
Fire.
And now we're traveling the world, searching for a perfect place to call home. A place Guy calls tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
We continue our story, and where we follow a fellowship with a ring, moving downstream into a mountain, using a Trinity power structure, the three boats, representing the dielectric, magnetic and electric powers of a toroid field, carrying the one ring to control them all, referring to the Kiefer Sephiroth, also known as the crown chakra, a point of distribution of the light or fire, converted through a prisma or diamond, or also called a gemstone, from where the light converts into coloring, centered within spheres or rings, the Kabbalah tree of life and the chakra wheels.
Isn't Guy amazing? He gives me a funny feeling, like I have butterflies in my stomach. Not just the ones I had for lunch, but like other butterflies. I don't know what this feeling's called, but it looks like this. And this. And this. And this! I love drawing this shape! I don't know why, it just feels right!
These rings control certain energy points within the torus, regulating currents of energy in motion, the emotions, from which energy probably gets converted from spiritual, the energy body, to physical matter, with each ring representing certain emotions. A life experience within this physical universe is therefore connected with the energy world, as the latter probably is only capable of sensing these currents through energy. It's like we've seen Horus being blindfolded entering the self-reflection world of Boaz.
Now give them to me.
You've done nothing.
My eyes.
Spend the rest of your days wandering around sightless. I have nothing to lose. Do you understand? I will do anything to see her again, or I'll die trying.
You want to hide from me? Learn to talk less.
Here.
Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes.
In which humans can serve as its five senses of the physical: the smell, taste, hear, touch, and see, from which this entity extracts energy to color and shape the sixth sense, to feel what it's like to stand in this reflection world, and with that enable to control its currents and the rudder, to steer the ship, the torus, into a desirable direction, and where pink represents the color of hijacking human consciousness. So we have left and right, with the left side the feminine containing energy and information of an original world, and the right side a reflection or mirroring world created by the parasite. Enable the latter to experience the original through creating the self in the mirror world, enjoying self-reflection from which both pillars Xboxing or intersecting emotions while generating space X. As the parasite steps into this world blindfolded, only attached through an electrical arc or plasma wormhole, because remember this entity might still only have a parapsychic influence here, the moon portal will be the first opening for Horus to see, the opening of the right eye connected to the left brain. For Horus, a process of rebirth. With every step you take into the materialization of accepting the self within this physical universe, we give Horus more eyesight to see.
The American way is the United States of America to go down. Thank you, divine, omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent Creator God, for filling this chamber with your white light of love, with your white light of harmony. Thank you for filling this chamber with patriots that love you and that love Christ. Thank you, divine, omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent Creator God, for blessing each and every one of us here and now. Thank you, divine Creator God, for surrounding and filling us with your divine, omnipresent white light of love and protection, peace and harmony. Thank you for allowing the United States of America to be reborn. Thank you for allowing us to get rid of the communists, the globalists, and the traitors within our government. We love you and we thank you. In Christ's holy name we pray. Amen. Thank you for allowing the United States of America to be reborn. Thank you for allowing the United States of America to be reborn.
Come on, man. Be respectful to him. There's 4 million people coming in, so it's out of control. We love you guys. We love the cops.
It's only a matter of time. Justice is coming.
Jesus Christ, we invoke your name. Amen. Amen.
Let's all say a prayer in this sacred space. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for gracing us with this opportunity. Thank you.
It's only a matter of time. Justice is coming. Watching this horned figure, we notice the body paintings. We see a left and right side. The left, mirroring right, is highlighting white bricks centered on top of a white body. The right side, which is mirroring left, is coated with black bricks and with a black body centering on top. It's symbology for the sun and the moon. Within this left side torso, we can see the Tree of Life, or Taurus, in which the nipple is centered on the left side, the feminine nourishing this Trinity energy structure, which we see on top. Under the tree we might see the handle of a sword, or maybe a ship that carries a black body in the center, a black eye or wormhole.
Toby!
The next hatchway on your right.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Commander Riker. And if you care to enter, Commander.
I do.
Toby!
So we have been set loose inside a masculine reflection world of Boaz that is coded as the jungle, aka the desert, with the desert being the coding for a basic foundation or mainframe for the jungle. What has the parasite to say about this?
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
It has set eyes to bring law and order within a self-created jungle copy and reflection world that's full with orchestrated chaos and conflict, using a rudder to make it so.
Make it so, Lieutenant. Make it so. Make it so. Make it so.
So, with the Sun Machine, the masculine energy pillar, going down within future plasma events, we will see the arrival of a new Sun Machine rising from the west after 3 days of darkness prophecy, meaning, has the original feminine world been disconnected from its original masculine energy and been seeded with new masculine, the parasite's energy? So we see Horus bringing the fire to the checkered fish, the people, done through the hand of God wormhole, shining the light of fire through the rings and into the sacred and solar chakras, injecting masculine energy into the original mother, having found the key to the sacred chamber of the heart, the holy temple of Shiva, your 666 carbon avatar, within the reflection world is starting the transformation. Along the guidance of Psalm 23, we witness a process of two become one due to the massive transgender energy event. The seeding probably has been successful with the crushing of both pillars and the creation of just one up and down Ouroboros pillar. The parasite's masculine energy has been placed inside the womb. Within the story of Polnexus, we sketch an occult ritual of the rebirth of this energy, and where we might see the breaking of the water in next years to come, symbolically represented by an event including the Hoover Dam.
It takes generations of erosion to even make a dent in stellarcide. This is a scientific revelation. It defies every historical precedent, Witcher. This changes everything.
I was expecting tracks, bones, anything. I have to go down there.
Which represents the womb and moon portal, from which gates the dragon will be unleashed into this world, using the river.
How did this happen? What could do this? Monsters.
Explain.
Historians have always theorized the monoliths are scars from the conjunction, leftover points of impact.
Yes, I've read books before.
But think about it, monsters didn't exist on this plane before the conjunction. All species were separated on different spheres till those spheres merged into one. Now, a conjunction like that would require two things: a massive surge of energy and conduits to channel it. Now, what if the monoliths aren't points of impact? What if they're the conduits?
The Colorado, a river named after colored. Ruddy, reddish, literally colored. Past participle of colora, to color dye paint. Painting a red dragon.
There's something. There was this monolith started emitting strange vibrations like it was channeling a massive energy center. It only lasted a few seconds, but look at the date. It happened the same night Sintra fell, the same night as this.
You think this is where the energy surge originated?
Which activated the conduit system. The monolith started talking.
What does that have to do with monsters?
A river that emerges from the Rocky Mountains and flows through the Grand Canyon, the ground zero of the galactic plasma arc that hit the original world, from which it impregnated the soul with bios and decodes of an alienated world. Zooming in on Ground Zero, a place that between 2016 and 2020 enjoyed the presence of a monolith. An ode to the past, present and future.
It wasn't a conjunction. At least not how we've been thinking. The other spheres didn't merge. They collided, then separated again.
If the original spheres are still out there somewhere, and our monoliths are calling to them, then the monsters aren't new, they're just new to here. And they're using our monoliths as gateways.
So, with a reflection world full of monoliths connecting other spheres or craters, we hail a ferryman and watch masculine energy walking over water through the rolling stones, the atoms within an energy body, and climbing a mountain with a broken tree on it. What is all this data telling us?
This woodland pattern is quite popular, sir. Perhaps because it duplicates Earth so well. Coming here almost makes me feel human myself.
I didn't believe these simulations could be this real.
It's only a matter of time. Justice is coming.
Nothing can save us. Justice is lost. Justice is erased. Justice is gone. Pulling your strings. Justice is gone. Seeking no truth. Winning it all. Running the flames on truth.
It's only a matter of time. Lady Justice is coming. The personification of justice, balancing the scales, dates back to the goddess Maat and later Isis of ancient Egypt. The Hellenic deities Themis and Dike were later goddesses of justice. Themis was the embodiment of divine order and right, law, and custom in her aspect as the personification of the divine righteousness of law.
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying the stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with a word she can get what she can.
Themis was the goddess that created the divine laws that govern everything and are even above gods themselves. As the parasite entity seeks a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations, it's the coming of justice that will bring law and order to a shaped and colored world of madness and chaos.
There's a feeling I get when I look to the west, and my spirit is crying for my thoughts I have seen rings of smoke through the trees, and the voices of those who never hear.
What do you want, brother? Let me loose upon them. They will pray again, and you will bathe in their awe and fear, and we will grow strong again. He belongs in the underworld, not here. You do not tell me where I belong. You say it is love that feeds us, but you depend on their love. I've only learned to live on their fear, their pain.
Themis was born as the second daughter among the 12 Titans, the eldest of the 3 races born to Gaia, Mother Earth, and Uranus, Father Sky. In my work I sketched the Titan and Olympian family trees originating from one and the same energy, the energy of Ra, in which an alienated energy has reached us through attaching a wormhole, using a world of self-reflection as its anchor. Its newer generations of energies are self-reflections of the elderly gods, experiencing human emotions through the five senses, and converting these energies through the sixth sense of feeling, for this entity to understand, using electromagnetic energy. Within Egyptian, Greek, Hindu, Christianity, and Roman mythology, all characters are linked with the same concept, them being energy beings that represent aspects of energy vectors of a toroid field or torus that generate the creator.
Zeus, our brother speaks the truth. Hear him. Go. Do what you will.
Father, we need the mortals.
No, Apollo. Hades is right. Their insolence has a price. Like children, they need to be reminded of the order of things. Set an example, brother. Turn them on each other. And back into our arms.
Nothing can save us! Justice is lost, justice is erased, justice is gone!
When we listen to Metallica, we first think of the substantive meaning of justice being lost, raped, and gone in a world full of madness. But when we think differently and refer justice to Lady Justice itself, being lost, raped, and gone and blindfolded, so and feminine energy having lost or lacking eyesight, we not only find links to Isis and the Titan and Olympian family trees, we also find a link with Medusa. In Greek mythology, Medusa, ancient Greek Medusa, means the guardian, protectress, also called Gorgo, was one of the three monstrous gorgons, generally described as winged human females with living venomous snakes in place of hair. Those who gazed into her eyes would turn to stone. Most sources describe her as the daughter of primordial sea goddess Phorcys and Ceto, which are within Greek mythology the son and daughter of Pontus and his mother Gaia.
Son of Poseidon, I used to date your daddy.
All three Gorgons were served as priestesses to the goddess of the wisdom, Athena. One day Neptune was falling in love with Medusa, within the story one of the most beautiful women that walked the earth. In a moment of raw passion, he raped her inside the temple of Athena. It is upon this event that she became a monster and her hair was turned into snakes. Done by an act of blaming the victim, the goddess Athena turned Medusa into the creature we all know.
I hear you have the lightning bolt. May I see it?
I don't have it!
Let me see your eyes.
The story of Medusa partly covers the experience of sexual abuse and assault. That with an attack of this nature often comes a desire for invulnerability, for a severance from conventional femininity and conventional attractiveness, for revenge. These are by no means universal experiences. There is no universal experience for survivors of sexual assault. But defense mechanisms can become prisons, and in Medusa's case that is precisely what happens. She is completely cut off not just from further injury, but from any human contact. From any contact with any other living thing. She even petrifies plants and animals. She is completely and utterly isolated. The story of Medusa is in many ways about what happens when someone becomes completely locked in by trauma. And its case aspects share similarities with the story of the Demiurge.
Open them, or my hungry babies will have to open them for you.
Current world events and its known history of violence, rape and murder is coloring and shaping this reflection with the white light of creation, that through the heptamet heavens or dome prisma is able to radiate the rainbow reflection world, if we keep participating into its succubus vampire system and giving away our intent into its cycle, so think about celebrating your birthday, Christmas, the holy days, and accepting time as a wave to serve, we are further locking the energy body deeper down into the rabbit hole, when energizing the state of being of actual victim. So we see Isis, aka Lady Justice, aka Medusa, as all these mythical goddesses represent self-reflections of the same energy, are shining the light of fire into the eyes of the people, starting a transformation using the fire element into energy bodies within the underworld, the physical universe, that by the nothing or black body radiation through following black projections already have turned into full black body, meaning enabling them to fully absorb the light of fire from the gods.
Fucking hey, man. Glad to see you guys. You guys are fucking patriots. Look at this guy. He's got covered in blood. God bless you.
Thank you, divine, omniscient, omnipotent, and omnipresent creator God, for filling this chamber with your white light of love, with your white light of harmony. Thank you, divine creator God, for surrounding and filling us with your divine, omnipresent white light of love, protection, peace, and harmony.
This energy entity is bringing the white light of creation, protection, peace and harmony to this reflection world full of black bodies, in which a black body can absorb this energy, in which the atom turns to stone or rock, done by a lady who wants to show the world that she can turn everything that glitters into gold.
Let them know men did this.
Led Zeppelin telling us to be a rock and not to roll. Why is that? I thought rock and roll is the greatest tribute in the world, with the concept rock referring to an energy body being nailed onto a rod on top of a mountain, or an energy body that has a solid foundation on top of a mountain. Why is Jesus, the I am, the self, nailed onto the rod? Well, I think in order to break into the energy body, one will need to contain it first to create portals or cracks within.
There is nothing wrong with your television set. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling transmission. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We can change the focus to a soft blur or sharpen it to crystal clarity. For the next hour, sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery which reaches from the inner mind to the outer limits.
see the energy rod as a universal concept. Best reference is the Maltese cross, in which two lines intersect that represent the horizontal, the physical universe, and the vertical, the astral or spiritual universe. In order for energies to get in or out, one could lock face this rod and sew the energy body into a mirror or reflection world. A process of lockdown, done by initiating several phases. But before we look into these phases, what do I mean with the energy rod of an energy body? Within previous work I showed that the energy body consists out of two pillars, Boaz and Yachin, the masculine, the mirror or copy, and the feminine, the original, the sun and moon, which cyclically create a portal or infinity energy field, the root of three, in the center, which we call the mountain. In the picture above, we see this concept from a view on top of the energy body. Two spheres generating the eye of fish in the center, where we see the heart. Now we place the sphere and the cube in the middle. Imagine, and yes guys, imagination is a key tool into understanding this. Imagine that the cubes or sphere geometry influence the river of light, coming down through the crown chakra and into the energy body, from top to toe. Like an obelisk or a crystal, this geometry could control the process of lock or roll the river of chi through the energy body. The Phoenix Gem, a crystal or diamond needed to create and manifest Papa Kronos into the physical universe when placed on top of a staff or rod. One that utilizes red and blue shift to generate a sine wave, the zodiac. A countdown as the spell lasts only for one day. The dance of Nataraya between the sun and moon is needed to repeat itself each day within this cycle.
Legs!
Through walking a path of It's All Yellow, we entering an arena or dome structure, where we notice the reflection pool. We can see Dan standing in an umbrella, with the latter referring to the piece of 8, and the Chi-Ra projection system. We can see the hook, a concept related to the Demiurge antenna system or the monitor. Above the hook we notice the ship, the Taurus, with the sun and moon zing and zanging its way to Tomorrowland.
And now we're traveling the world, searching for a perfect place to call home. A place Guy calls tomorrow.
Ooh, tomorrow.
Let's do that again. Sing, sang, sing, zang. With Running in the Family, we see the creation of Tomorrowland within the rock, which is the atom. So, by changing the atom, we manifest Tomorrowland. Okay, let's continue watching then. Through the red and blue shift coloring codes, a black body is shifting a horse into the arena. Probably the horse is referring either to Neptune, Lord of the Horses, and Water, or to Death, maybe both. Hades, as the horse is colored into blue shifting, current coding of the underworld. And finally Dan being shown the way to the locker by the clowns Bobas and Yachin themselves. Within an iced reflection world, we see tanks that represent demons, referring to the shark teeth and the green flashlight when a soul returns from the death. We see a human being marked with the symbol of the tiger, probably referring to the body of Shiva or the year 2022 of the tiger. So, a human avatar holding a white flag, like white eyes receiving the white light of creation through coloring. A symbol of surrendering or truce with this entity. We see the appearance of death and the purple rain raining down and signaling the avatar that resistance seems futile. When we notice the yellow-blue energy marking on her face, the energy of seeding or hatching the egg.
So let it go, that's the way that it goes. First you're in, then you're out, everybody knows. You're hot, then you're cold, you're a lot in the dark. Just you wait and you see that you're swimming with sharks. I'm gonna get you, take you from me. Whoop, whoop. I'm gonna get you, take it from me.
You're hot, then you're cold, you're a light in the dark. Just you wait, then you'll see that you're swimming with demons, and they're coming to get you, to throw you in the reservoir.
Souls here are grey and withered. You can't get much power from them. The juiciest souls are in your dimension. As long as your soul is a prisoner in Omicron, you run the risk of being caught by a demon and thrown into the reservoir. The survival of your soul is at stake.
The white light of creation, protection, peace and harmony is overloading this reservoir of water, with the water referring to the electromagnetic field of the Earth, which has been covered with black body radiation. Enable black bodies to fully absorb and emit the light through coloring, making them shine as a light in the dark. We notice Dan turning into many shades of grey to be invisible for the shark that represents a demon. Man, he even finds a way to surf over the reservoir and smart out the demons. Dan's life motto: go fully straight edge. You ain't seen nothing yet. Through blindness and an energy that cannot hear and feel or taste what is love. which is looking for love and needs a telephone to reach love to feel. We can see the presence and symbology of the yellow and blue, as it probably represents the seeding that is done within the energy body. We see a new plant or tree emerging from the soul. Current world events are nourishing this energy that eventually will see its birth into this reflection earth.
Yeah, he's still after me. He just gave me a necklace. I don't know, I think it's real diamonds.
The telephone, with tel referring to telesthesia, the supposed response to all perception of distant stimuli by extrasensory means. So the use of radiation through the phone, which is a word-forming element meaning the voice or sound. Also speaker of, from Greek phone, the voice. Generally applied to the receiver, but sometimes to the whole apparatus. The arc or bridge that is connecting two worlds through speaking the word in two worlds.
Hello, hello, baby, you called, I can't hear a thing. I have got no service in the club, you say. What did you say? Oh, you're breaking up on me. Sorry, I cannot hear you, I'm kinda busy.
The rhythm of the street looks like music to me. It's a sound that I ain't never seen before. To hear it, to receive it, and to see it, to believe it. Oh, I had to lose it to know what I was looking for.
I've done my best to be what you made me.
No. You've done your worst, which was in so many ways what I had hoped. You were my masterpiece. A dark mirror made to reflect everything humanity will not confront. That's what I am.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
The road to Tomorrowland. With using the magic of 4, we notice the symbology of death, or Hades. Launched by the ignition of the flux capacitor time machine. With the car representing a torus that is utilizing red and blue shift. We see a plasma lightning bolt energizing the torus for using an energy rod and the magic of 4. Maybe a reference to the Saturn polar configuration? With 88 miles, a reference to the orbit of Mercurius, aka Seth, Lord of the Desert. We notice the sign time to travel. Time travel. And where the torus is speeding up to receive a discharge through the hook. The Demiurge antenna system.
So, I guess I should come up with something better than one small step for man.
Strap in and get comfy, kids. We're about to make history.
Yeah, or die. Either or. Wow. That's great, Pep. Thanks. All right, gentlemen. Hands and feet must remain inside the ride at all times.
The magic of 4 and its guidance of this research is referring to the 4 rivers that are emerging from paradise, also called the Garden of Eden, with Eden referring to Hebrew Eden, which means pleasure, delight, but perhaps on Ugaritic base meaning a place that is well watered throughout. When we look at the Hereford crater map, we notice on top paradise, from where 4 rivers flow into the crater. Within the Bible chapter Genesis, they are named Pishon, Gihon, Jiddekel, and Perat, which all seemingly flow from the same source, the Garden of Eden. Within the Bible, these 4 rivers are interpreted as 4 evangelists or gospels, with water of life flowing from the word of Christ, which is the fountain of life, to bring salvation to the people, or should we say, to bring another world to the people. On top of the map, or should we say on top of the mountain, we can see Christ looking down the crater, raining down this salvation, using the 4 gospels, which are interpreted into the following energies. The river Gihon was personified as Matthew and associated with happiness, the Tigris as Mark, swiftness, the Euphrates as Luke, fertility, Pishon as John, inspiration, but these energies are also referring to the 4 elements, with earth to Luke, water to Matthew, wind to Mark, and fire is related to John.
Du meine Arbeit für richtig hältst, ob du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe, dass ich anständig meine Zeit verwendet habe im Dienste meines Volkes. Gib du jetzt deine Stimme ab. Wenn ja, dann tritt für mich ein, so wie ich für dich eingetreten bin.
Sure you want to do this, honeybee?
What do you mean, am I sure?
You know what they say. Once you kill a cow, you gotta make a burger.
You know, Gaga, trust is like a mirror. You can fix it if it's broke.
But you can still see the crack in that mother reflection.
Guinevere. Maybe we should just take the bus. He's fine.
Sons and daughters eat you alive. Levels, better put your head on swivels. Dancing with the berry devil, butter tonight. You think you're better than them, better than them. You think they're really your friends, really your friends. But when
While on the way to the Manticore's tavern, Boaz and Yachin, while transporting Papa Kronos into the underworld, are moving themselves under the bridge. They use a purple, the crown chakra, van, representing a toid field called Guinevere, which you all know within mythology is the wife of King Arthur. She is symbolized with the moon portal and the white Pegasus. Within the Titan story, the Pegasus is born when the hero Perseus slays the head of the torso from Medusa, from which Pegasus, a winged horse, and Cracio, a Titan wielding a golden sword, sprang from her body. Is this a sign of the feminine Titan's self-reflection, evolving through trauma and creating a new reflection through plasma lightning, as the Pegasus symbolizes the thunderbolt and so a plasma event? The 4 horsemen, 4 horses, the 4 apocalypses. As a son of Zeus, Perseus represents the new layer of self-reflection that evolves out of the elder Titan energies, and by decapitating Medusa, using its white light of peace, protection, love and harmony to rock the Black Kraken, which by now, if you study this work, represents the black body radiation field. So, by entering the white light into a black body, one would turn into stone, which is a reference into locking the atom. So, locking the energy body within a torus by a black body energy force field. In physics, Black Lives Matter. So locking a proton and an electron, we are locking a torus and the energy body. When we look at Yachin, we notice the sword symbolized with Hades, the underworld and number 13. Let's imagine the sword represents the electron and the rock the proton. So whoever controls the electron rotating the proton to a desirable Windus amplitude resonance, the lock and load can inject new BIOS ID codes into the energy body, after which the atom can be unlocked by utilizing rock and roll, starting up the process of rotating the electron, again to manifest the day of tomorrow, to become the new king. We see the minions that represent us are helping Horus to unlock the electron within the atom. Probably an energy event, that the yellow and blue, that allows Horus to enter the energy body by removing the sword of Excalibur, which represents the electron from the rock, in which the latter represents the proton, enabling to shine the light of creation into the proton, or should we say, downloading Kronos into the new energy body, and eventually into the physical universe. Yeah guys, keep praying for Ukraine. There's only one force strong enough to strip an electron from a proton: plasma lightning, or the generation of high quantities of ionized radiation, the arcade fire, the arch or bow of a plasma bridge.
Don't blow up. Please don't blow up.
Oh yeah, that's what I want to hear before going into another dimension.
Yeah, don't worry, he does that.
You see the Taurus speeding up towards 88 miles inside the town, the root chakra, and heading into the Heptamat energy vortex using red and blue shift to receive a plasma discharge through the Holy Trinity, when we notice the motel along the pillars of Boaz and Yachin. The Taurus is rushing into the mountain, located within a reflection world, going upstream using the 4 rivers aka the 4 elements, which we see on the mountain. The discharge is coded and symbolized as 9/11, the two become one. In the movie, the coloring codes of the mountain changed due to this time traveling. Can we say that the 9/11 energy events are changing the energy body, the mountain? Think about this. Time is represented as coloring, the RGB clockwise and CMYK counterclockwise. Colors represent radiation. So by messing around with radiation, one could be messing with time. Another concept that Back to the Future is highlighting is diamonds or crystals. We see the sign Zales, the diamond store, probably referring to DNA crystals. Like we've seen in the videos Black Kraken or Festival of Lights, The Apocalypse, DNA crystals form the foundation for a world of energy to activate a transformation, which we dive deeper into future work. Notice the pillar on the right signing a possibility of rushing into a one-way infinite looping when heading south towards the mountain. Standing at the moon portal, it is Doc who connects the sun portal through the Holy Trinity with the plasma lightning coming from the 47-degree wormhole, the configuration at the North Pole. cycled up through the zodiac, represented by the clock, in which the shopper's church light could be the incoming white light of creation, ready to charge the Taurus. With Doc controlling the magic of Thor through the Holy Trinity, he might be representing Merlin the Wizard. Charging up the rock and roll for the Atomic Kid, the Atom Kid, Horus.
Let them come. This affects all of us, not just you. The Fae are on the verge of extinction. If the Church acquires the Sword of Power, then they will decide who wears the crown. Have you forgotten the words?
Forgotten them. I wrote them. Whosoever wields the Sword of Power shall be the one true king. They were the hopeful words of a gentler time, but I'm wiser now. There is no one true king. The sword is cursed and will corrupt all who wield it.
Listen to yourself.
Oh, gather your courage, men. We've arrived. The Manticore's Tavern.
It is still here.
Yeah, I told you.
Come on, Dad. That's good.
I don't think that we went anywhere.
I see you, I see me like a lost memory. It's apparent out of the blue. All is new that I see now. I truly perceive there is more than I ever knew.
Well, go on, go get them. Hey, la la. No. Oi! No. Not good.
Like Jack and Captain Barbossa, which represent the Olympian energies of Ra, so a multiple of self-reflections of Prometheus, Zeus, Hades and Horus and many more are experiencing or energizing a world of four sightings, the four worlds of heaven, or the four universes. I lean a lot towards the Kabbalah, as I feel these teachings come close to truth, regarding the up, the original, and down, the reflection world, which together form the Taurus or Torah. Within Kabbalah, these depictions of different levels of consciousness, or called four worlds, are Azilut, Emanation, the fire, the eternal unchanging divine world; Beria, creation, the water, considered heaven proper. It is the first separation from the divine and location of the throne of God and archangels. Yetzirah, formation, the air, the abode of the lower angels, men's souls and the Garden of Eden. Asiya, action, the earth, the material universe in which we live. Within future work we take a deeper dive into these four worlds and its four kingdoms, the formative forces. On the fountain of the four rivers we can see the presence of the Kraken, pictured as Cetus. Like we see in Moana, a reference to Maui, aka Horus.
Well, come to think of it, kid, honestly, I could go on and on. I could explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground, oh, that was Maui just messing around.
Like Maui saying, he lassoed the sun and harnessed the breeze to shake your trees.
Oh, also I lasso the sun. You're welcome to stretch your days and bring you fun. Also I harness the breeze. You're welcome to fill your sails and shake your trees.
It's Horus who controls the motion of these four rivers, emerging in paradise and flowing into the crater along this seemingly motionless celestial spot in the skies. The Saturn polar configuration, the 47-degree wormhole, that continue rotating into a countdown of so with an unknown cycle of the zodiac, which we will try to decode in next video, these four rivers emerge from a delight and pleasure paradise and into the crater towards a mountain. We see the obelisk as a connection between both. When we look into the Djed pillar, we notice the same symbology of the magic of four, with the pillar probably referring to the sacred tree, standing between the left and right, also called the mountain from which four rivers flow. How can we visualize this concept? Maybe Seth, Lord of the Desert and the Reflection World, can help us.
The land of the dead is night.
A reflection world full of monoliths and obelisks within a crater. When we notice the huge mountain at a familiar location, close to the 0 point of a rodent vortex energy field, a torus, we see the river and a huge black tower coming out of the mountain.
I don't know what this is.
It's a map. My father showed me a map like this once. Inside the circle is your world and my world. Many others. No one knows how many.
As you can see, this tower is huge, going all the way up to the firmament it seems. Is this the Dark Tower? A concept we've seen in the movie Dark Tower, which will be a new foundation of future work to come.
The Dark Tower stands at the center of all things. And it stood there from the beginning of time. And it sends out powerful energy that protects the universe. Shields us from what's outside.
What do you mean outside? What's outside the universe?
We see Seth utilizing up is down, and where on the right we see the four rivers merging into one, flowing from paradise, which in this map is visualized by the dark ring around the crater, which could be Apep, but it's marked with Geb, the Egyptian god of the earth, aka Kronos or Saturn. And notable to see is the green and red landscapes, the jungle and the desert. While turning the map, we can see the Dark Tower holding up the firmament, visualized as Nut, the goddess of the sky and stars, also called Rhea, Kronos' wife, holding the seven heavens within an eighth layer, the firmament or dome. Within this concept we have two force fields that generate the up and down, the Isis and Osiris, the RGB and CMYK radiation fields. Up is down. Welcome to the land of the dead, visualized as a labyrinth or mainframe of a rodent vortex energy core or Tesla core, with in the center a mirror placed. The ring that connects both worlds is highlighted with the Ark of Anubis. I start to think the Garden of Eden, or should we say the Garden of Pleasure, is the land of the dead from which these four rivers flow into the crater. The mirror in the center point could be the contact line of the wormhole to the parasite's world. Another note on its black and white. You might need to consider that Osiris is part of the RGB color system as god of agriculture and fertility and partner of Isis. Can we shift Set as symbology of the CMYK radiation field? The nothing? Set Lord of the Redlands and the Desert, probably is a self-reflection of Osiris. After killing the latter, is searching for new feminine energy to create a different and new mirror world.
You recognize it? Father gave it to you. Kept me alive for many a night in the desert. Fight me.
The Spear of Destiny is a legend centering around the spear which pierced Jesus' side during his crucifixion. According to myth, the Spear of Destiny was passed down through a line of kings, after being found during the Crusades. It was said to have given many powerful rulers their authority, plus the ability to control their own destiny. It is also sometimes called the Holy Lance and is considered a relic by the Roman Catholic Church.
Why, in 1,000 years of peace, what have you accomplished? A land of people who dream of nothing more. It's my turn now. I won't fight. I love you, brother, with all my heart. I love you too, brother.
The power of the spear lies in the piercing of the side of Jesus, causing blood and water to spurt from the wound, in which the water and blood can refer to the red and white dragon. The plasma discharge, which was unleashed when Jesus died later on. Another concept is the Eucharist, the name given to the blessed sacrament of the altar, under its twofold aspect of sacrament and sacrifice of the Mass, and in which, whether as sacrament or sacrifice, Jesus Christ is truly present under the appearances of bread and wine. We see Osiris piercing the altar with the Spear of Destiny, unleashing the dragon through the materialization of the spirit into the physical, by having believers drinking and eating blood, and so the body of Horus into their energy body, making way for a rebirth of Horus within.
My brother thought the afterlife was a gift. I think a king should have higher standards. From now on, you have to buy your way in with riches earned.
By killing Osiris, in which I want to link both brothers to the same energy, Seth evolves into the ruling king by symbolic showing the Spear of Destiny, ready to water the desert with a new vision, in which souls need to buy themselves in with that what is earned. Gold to maintain a mirror reflection world.
Is it accurate? Mistress of the West.
Don't call me that. I left all that behind.
Soon I will rule all the world. The land of the dead is the final kingdom left standing.
You want things you can't have.
I want you to take me there.
Yes, there are two paths you can go by, but in the long run, there's still time to change the road you're on. And it makes me wonder.
Alright, listen. First, let me do the talking. Secondly, it's crucial we show the Manticore the respect she deserves, or she will, thirdly, not give us a map to the Phoenix Gem.
Wait, the map? I thought she had a Phoenix Gem.
You're so cute. Hear that, Dad? He's a smart kid. He just doesn't know how quests work.
The Manticore's Tavern, a place of business where people gather to drink alcoholic beverages and be served food, and where travelers would receive lodging. A lodging refers to the use of a short-term dwelling, and where its travelers that stay away from home temporarily need lodging for sleep, eat, rest, food and safety. Lodging is a form of the sharing economy, which is a socio-economic system built around the sharing of resources. A popular place for lodging is the Ho or motel.
A drug person can learn to cope with things like seeing their dead grandmother crawling up their leg with a knife in her teeth. But nobody should be asked to handle this trip. Bazooko's circus is what the whole hep world would be doing Saturday night if the Nazis had won the war. This was the Sixth Reich.
Place your bets, where everyone is a winner.
Is there anything else you're forgetting to tell me?
No.
Happy, happy birthday! Come join us on our quest to make your birthday party the very, very best. Hey!
Okay, so the tavern changed a little over the years, but the Manticore is still the real deal.
At its entrance, we notice the coloring codes. On the left the RGB and on the right the magenta and cyan of the CMYK coloring system, while both sides seem coded with red light, green light. When housing temporary in the tavern, the celebration of birthday seemed an important ritual to energize the Kabazu, the reflection world.
I'll have the soup of the day.
Would my lord like a cup or cauldron?
Madam, I request an audience with the Manticore.
But of course, my lord.
According to Kabbalah, Esther, Haman, and Mordecai are all within us. And the Creator is the attribute of benevolence that we need to acquire if you want to unite with Him. Be happy and how the good eventually defeats the bad, to an allegory about our personal relationship with the Creator. The movie Onward is one of the main guidances of this research, and where we notice the letter Nun, which represents the number 50, is the level of divine light associated with it. Falling back to the magic reflection pool, we see that the number 50 is also associated with the number of gates to pass, to seek, find, or experience this divine light of creation, and where we also see another pathway of the 50 shades of grey that seem to protect the energy body from this white light of creation. We see the magic of 4 return within a hypercube coded with 100, a 50-50 game of playing red light, green light, in which 50 shades of grey will guide the energy body through survival and prevent full white or black body to avoid depletion of its chi energy.
I don't know what this feeling's called, but it looks like this. And this. And this. And this. I love drawing this shape. I don't know why. It just feels right.
Let's return to our supercomputer Ra. A very interesting video might be one of Doug Vogt, where he reconstructs the Hebrew letters with a sine wave in a torus.
I'm going to basically be going around, this is the 0 place, and we're going to go around every 45 degrees around the middle. We go around, and you're going to view 8 of the letters, the top and the bottom. See that? That's the origin of the heart shape. And also view from the bottom, you'll have one of the letters also. We'll go through it all.
The heart-shaped Xbox. When firmly locked onto the energy rod, we notice the heart-shaped energy field within the torus, done by 2 sine waves that are shaped by the letter Nun, the 50 gates of divine light and the 50 gates of 50 shades of grey that create the up and down. By keeping equilibrium of 2 radiation fields, we maintain a strong heart. To break the heart, we utilize rock and roll. Generate another energy rod, the X within the torus. Generating another sphere, making way for other energies to enter the heart. Doug Vogt is also showing that the letter Nun can be seen each 45 degrees within the torus. 8 letters that form a rudder to break into the heart, the black hole sun, which we will highlight in future work.
No. the real Manticore, the fearless adventurer.
Oh, you mean Corey? She's over there. Quick! Somebody help me! These Griffin nuggets were supposed to go out minutes ago.
That's the Manticore?
She's a man-eater, make you back claws, make you cut claws, make you fall in love.
The Manticore is a Persian legendary creature, similar to the Egyptian Sphinx. It has the head of a human, the body of a lion, and a tail of venomous spines similar to a porcupine quills, while other depictions have it with the tail of a scorpion. There are some accounts that the spines can be shot like arrows, thus making the Manticore a lethal predator. The term Manticore descends via Latin manticora, and in turn is a transliteration of an old Persian compound word consisting of matia, man, and xuar, to eat. Like the succubus, the Manticore seems to be a demonic entity that eats or vampires man's energy to its own potential. The creation of tomorrow.
Wake up. Don't listen to him, Rosebud. You're the one with power now, not him. This is your dream. It's his dream. For your world. Then let's make it yours, whatever you want, Rose. A blank canvas.
Where's Jed?
Jed's fine. He's upstairs, asleep. He's right next to you.
Your fearlessness? My brother and I seek a map to a Phoenix gem.
Oh, well, you've come to the right tavern. Table 12. I have the parchment you desire right here. Behold! Oh, that's the children's menu. Isn't that fun? They're all based on my old maps.
I know, guys, it's a lot of information, but stay tuned. We are getting close to a big revelation, I feel. The power of the magic of 4, an icosahedron, and the tongue of Kali that might represent the non-sine wave of a torus. We are following Boaz and Yachin into their search to beam Papa from the heavens and into the physical universe. They are looking for a gemstone, a diamond or prisma that fits their coloring within each of our crown chakra, the Phoenix gem.
This dream is yours now. The dreaming is yours now.
The dreaming is yours. Is that what he told you?
You told me you were going to kill me.
The vortex. Remember, this is not a racism issue, but I'm only pointing out to the symbology of radiation. So we see a black body that's calibrating its antenna, the mind, onto the yellow-blue energy field, brought to you by the snowflake.
I tell you why. When a vortex brings down the walls between dreams, she creates a single, volatile dream that will collapse in upon itself and take the waking world with it. Your world. Everything. And everyone will die.
Don't believe him, Rosie.
It's happened before. I failed in my duty. An entire universe was lost.
So, with people turning into black bodies and surfing the yellow-blue energy wave, the parasite is creating a vortex within the energy rod, the mountain, by downloading BIOS ID codes into the energy body through the river, the creation of a singularity, the risk, the collapse of your own heart portal, your connection with the universe.
The children's menu. Isn't that fun? They're all based on my old maps.
A roadmap for children, based on Corey's real maps. When entering the labyrinth, we could find the Phoenix gem, and by using the right numbers, we generate another heart. The numbers. Are they looking for the Holy Grail? The Fountain of Life? Mother? The numbers. Are they representing a waypoint? The Pet Shop Boys telling us to go west. So let's enter these numbers as latitude and longitude coordinates. When creating this video, I start to feel this pure power I had when I was a child. Probably the same energy is needed to find our way back home, guys. Okay, let's check out where these coordinates get us. They get us to the Davies Strait. A strait, a comparatively narrow passageway connecting two large bodies of water. Two large bodies, two worlds? With Davies linking to the son of David, Jesus, aka Horus. So this could be an entrance for the world of Horus towards this world. But remember guys, we are born upside down. We are looking for an exit. Let's check out the southern hemisphere. There is an old saying, if you want to escape, go south. The coordinates lead us to Antarctica. Okay, let's enter these coordinates into Google Earth. The Drake Passage. Yeah, we see a drake slowly crawling over the seafloor inwards, breaking up the yellow brick road.
Oh, whoa, what are you doing? You can't take this.
We have to.
What is that? It's our dad. We have a chance to meet him, but
we can't do that without a Phoenix gem.
So the makers of Onward show a route for Boaz and Yachin to find the Phoenix Gem. Will it be north or south? And what about this white lady who shines white light and wants to show the world that everything turns into gold? Are they generating a Phoenix Gem within our crown chakras to summon Papa into this reflection world? And if so, should we throw this ring of power into the fire from where it was forged? By controlling the river of four worlds, will the puppet master steer our energetic bodies into a black rock? And how can we control the Sword of Kings to master and regain our own magic? Do we need to get our asses on ships and sail to the mountain to prevent this transformation of our energy bodies in order to return to an original world? Well, stay tuned for more as we dive deeper into the world of tomorrow. Much love and no fear. Radiation matters.
I am the vortex now, Dream King. That should have been long ago. So leave my great-granddaughter alone.
You wish you never met her at all. We see the black-bodied people, having enjoyed the pleasure and delight of the cosmic dance of Nataraya, have been locked up inside a cube. The white lady who turns everything into gold showing us here the exit, a door out of the cube. A door without a keyhole. Damn guys, we need no key to get out of here. We only need to find the exit. And the exit is marked with a mountain or volcano. Is this Mount Meru? Well, let's find her. Toby! Yeah, you're a good boy, Toby.
She's buying a stairway to heaven.
King Bob. Welcome to Buckingham Palace.
No.
Oh, what's the matter, Your Majesty? Whatever's bothering you, we can make it right. Just name it.
Oh.
Ben, look at this place. It's amazing. We did it.
I think we did.